Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and I thought I would do a video today. Something's been on my mind for a little bit, and I come out here to sit in my favorite spot, and there's two baby robins. They're just really learning to fly. They were on my patio chair I have out here. One is on my, I have a umbrella laying in the Chase Lounge chair there, and he's on top of it. And then the other one was down here at the bottom. I scared him off. He took off flying a short distance, came back, hopped up on the chair, and was like chirping at his brother or sister. And they were chirping at each other. Now the one on the umbrella is eyeballing me like hardcore, and the other one flew off. So they're still learning to fly, but they're so freaking cute. They still got the little white tufts of stuff on them. Oh, so cute. Anyway, so this video is probably going to be called Follow the Mushrooms, because I don't know about you guys, but every time I get something in my head that I can't shake off, I have to follow through. Hence why I'm doing this video. So I notice I'm very drawn to, I love to eat mushrooms. I've never done shrooms, but I love mushrooms. I love mushrooms in a deck. And I have a few decks now that, for some reason, the minute I thought of mushrooms the other day, I thought of these certain decks. And I'm like, I wonder if I put those decks together, what specific cards am I actually drawn to? Because I would just notice the mushrooms in them. I didn't notice what the card was. Was it a cups? Was it a sword? Whatever. So I decided to do that on this video. Kind of like a follow the mushrooms. Find out where they lead you, where they go. I have a few decks here I'm going to show you guys. And just see where the conversation takes us, okay? So, or takes me, since I'm pre-recording this. There are two decks that are exceptions because they are full of mushrooms. One is My Fairy Tarot by Los Scarabero. Is a tuck box. These are the backs. And then there's the title cards. Did I put them in the back? I put all the mushrooms in the back. But this deck is gorgeous. Gorgeous. It's so freaking cute. Just like, look at this hedgehog. Come on. This is the aces. And it's just a weird, cool, colorful deck. This is my favorite card in here. All these little fairies and bugs. So cute. But I'm more drawn to the artwork on the bottom of the minors. It's mostly pastel-y colors. This is a true tarot deck. It's just got the leaves and the bells and the hearts. There's a death card I didn't realize had mushrooms in it. What does that mean? This one is cute. He's sitting on a frog. So cute. I love the artwork that's below. But I also like the knights and stuff too. I mean, the deck is cute. And if you hear chirping, that's that baby bird. He hasn't moved. It's like I froze him. So he's sitting on the umbrella, just like eyeballing me. There's the moon. Look at the crayfish coming out of the water. So cute. I'm trying to get to the mushrooms. Trying to get to the mushrooms. The hermit. And I only got limited time because I came out here late because I didn't know if I was going to do this video today or not. And now it's 7 o'clock. And we got a limited time here. What? He's just chirping away at me. So here's the first one. Sitting on a mushroom. 4 of hearts. 4 of cups. Interesting because I have a 4 of cups in another deck that's got a mushroom in it. I did not notice that one either. Had a mushroom in it. But some of them are super colorful like that. And then we got these like this. Super colorful with mushrooms in it. And then we got that. These are adorable. This is probably my second favorite card in here, the Justice card. Beautiful. And she's sitting on a mushroom. And then we got, look at all these guys underneath here. So cute. So cute. Adorable. And I don't know if this one is, is her wings a mushroom? I don't know if that's a type of mushroom, but it looks like her wings are, they go all the way down like it's some kind of mushroom. It just reminds me of that. And then these couple here have mushrooms in them. So that's the Fairy Tarot, which I didn't put this technically in the other categories because it's full of mushrooms. It's not just one card that has mushrooms. It's full of mushrooms. And then we also have, and these, I think all of these you can get on Amazon. Nothing is, there's no, there's one indie deck in here. The Mystic Fairy Tarot. The Wands, this is published by Llewellyn. The Wands, and I edged it in multiple greens. The backs. The Wands in this are all mushrooms. I love this deck. It's beautiful. I rarely use it for some reason because I think because of the more muted colors, I can't figure out if I want to use it for spring or for fall. I don't know. All the ones have mushrooms in the background. And from what I know, there's like a storyline to that. So, and look how beautiful she is. And look at this one, is stunning too. The Ace. They look very similar, the storyline in the background of the ones here. And then we have this guy, the Hermit. And I have another Hermit that is in the category. But then there's other cards in here that are just gorgeous. Gorgeous, stunning deck. With this Lovers, beautiful. With the Magician, that's cool. Cool. Look at this guy. The Ten of Pentacles. Beautiful. 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 Stunning. All of it. Just stunning. So that is the two decks that are not technically in this category, but I wanted to show off anyway because they have a lot of mushrooms in them. They weren't one of the decks that I was like, ooh, this card is beautiful and this card is beautiful. They just weren't. So my next deck is a Llewellyn deck as well. It's the Shadowscapes Tarot. And I'm just going to show you a few of the cards because I don't want this to be a 40,000 hour thing. We all know this deck. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous deck, right? And I just realized the other day that it's more of a otherworldly deck. So I may be using this for another project I'm trying to figure out how to work. But this is the Shadowscapes Tarot. And the card I pulled for that is the Moon card. Because there's a lot of mushrooms on the bottom of the Moon card here. That is stunning. Stunning. Let me see if I can get out of the sun here a little. It's a stunning deck. Or a stunning card. Yeah, it's very otherworldly. So I'm going to leave that out. Like I said, this is just something I'm winging it here. And I actually added two more at the end of me starting to do this. I'm like, what? So this is the new, I have the book here somewhere. I have the book somewhere. I just had it out. Oh my gosh. This is the new Tarot of the Witch's Garden here. I have not been able to put this deck down. I just got a Copic marker in the mail yesterday to match the colors I wanted, exactly what I wanted for the, like the lighter color here. Where's the sun? There's no sun, but yet it's on the screen. Beautiful, beautiful coloring in that. Beautiful. And this deck is just stunning. I don't care. It's stunning. I love it. I love everything about this deck. This is the second week I've used it. I show no sign of slowing down using it. It's just phenomenal. And I posted the 10 of Wands from here on a couple sites that I follow, groups I follow. Look at that. 5 of Cups. It's just stunning. The artwork is stunning. Yeah, there's the 10 of Wands I talked about, where she's got the baby wrapped up in her. She's got her little sack of food here on the fox. And you see this house in the distance, this warm, beautiful house in the distance with the smoke going. So you know it's warm. It's all lit up. It almost seems inviting. And all I can think of is, what in the world would cause her to leave that house in the middle of the night with the baby, with her food, and her wands? And then I realized that I've been in that situation before. Sometimes it's better just to walk away. And that's how I feel, what I feel about this card. That's just, it's crazy. There's so many freaking cards in this deck. That's just stunning, stunning, stunning. Oh, the Death card, gorgeous. Very fall-like. The Strength card, gorgeous. I mean, this is the card that was on the Llewellyn calendar to advertise for this deck. I mean, it is stunning. Stunning. And it reads so marvelous. It's so beautiful. I'm just like, ugh, it's fantastic. So the card I picked from that immediately started, I think, all this, is the 4 of Cups. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of a darker, more dreary card. And then I started looking at all the other, as soon as my mind started thinking mushroom, I kind of expanded to what decks have mushrooms in them. And immediately the ones that came to mind that I love are darker cards like this. Like the Moon card is a darker type card, right? So is the 4 of Cups. It's more of a more negative side of things. And I have this in this pouch because if you guys watched my walkthrough, the box, I got the big Llewellyn, nice big box, was trash when I got it. It was literally ripping apart. I still have it, but I keep the deck in here. And I think that's beautiful for that. It's the same colors and everything. And then I just keep the book with me. So that was, we're keeping that card out. Next deck I thought of was my Wheel of the Year Tarot. And I adore this freaking deck. And I'm like, why don't I use these more? Like, they're so freaking beautiful. Look, that's the back. This is a low scare barrel deck also. The coloration in this deck is stunning. And again, just like the, what deck did I just talk about? What deck did I just talk about? Not the Witch's Wisdom. Maybe it was. No, the Witch's Wisdom isn't here, but it gives me this otherworldly, like I'm taking a peek into this other world. They look like us, but they're not us. And I just find it fascinating. This deck is fascinating to me. And it's stunning, stunning deck. The card I immediately thought of after this one was the 5 of Pentacles, because it's this mushroom. Mind you, when I think of mushroom, I did not think of what specific card it is. I immediately just think of, oh, I love the mushroom from this deck and this deck and this deck for this card. I know what the card looks like, but I never paid attention to what card it actually was. So the more I'm looking at these, the more I'm like, they're all negative type cards. Like, weird, right? So we'll leave that one out. I'm putting the decks back as I go. It's been raining for like 4 days straight. So I'm shocked we've got some sun right now. Next is the indie deck, is the Forest Creatures Limited Edition. This deck is freaking humongous. And the deck is stunning. 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 Stunning deck. And the card I pulled from that, when I thought of mushroom, is the Hermit. Because of all the amount of mushrooms in the bottom here. Gorgeous, right? Let's see if I can pull that up. Brightness up. Oh, it's all the way up. Okay. It's just getting dark. So I'm going to go a little faster. So the next one is the Witch's Wisdom Tarot by Phyllis Curott. This is a Hay House deck. This one is a Taroko Studio. You can get it on Etsy. That's where I got it. But you have to say limited edition because there's several versions of that deck. So if you want that one, you have to get the limited edition. This comes in a bag. I etched it in this blue to match the backs. We all know what this deck looks like because everybody's got this deck. It's stunning. It's gorgeous. We love it. 2 pieces. And of course, there is the Ten of Earth in this deck. The Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is more of a familial, family, more positive type card. But in this one, it does, but it's a little bit different meaning to me. It's like everything is connected. Everything is one in this card, which I love. So I'm like, okay, not all these are bad. Not all of them are bad. Not all of them are this negative feeling or vibe. And then I thought of the Mystic Medleys. I'm like, oh, I think there's a mushroom in that. I'm pretty sure there's a mushroom in there I like. This is by Liminal Lovin'. I freaking love this deck for child work. It is fantastic for dealing with your inner child. It's the only deck I have for inner child work. For real. I love it to pieces. It's beautiful. And the card I pulled from that is Sabax, the Nine of Cups. He is a mushroom. And again, there's this happy-go-lucky, sitting on top of the world kind of feeling. And I'm like, okay, not all these are negative. Not all of them are negative. Let's just do that. Be with that. That's fine. And then the last one, I pulled the Mystical Moments. This is U.S. Games. And you notice they're all different publishers too. We all know this deck as well. It's stunning, 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 stunning. It's edged in silver. It's gorgeous. We love it. I was shocked when I got this deck because I got this on a whim, or I accidentally got this deck. But the card I liked in this deck for the mushroom is the Debo card, because she is the mushroom, but she's also a spider. And I'm like, what? I'm like, the Debo card, really? But I got this deck on a whim. I accidentally got the deck. Because this is the Oracle deck. This deck has been on my wish list for a long time. And I'm like, oh, I wound up getting this on an accidental thing. These are the backs of this one. And when I got the tarot deck first, this Oracle deck is stunning too. It's the same creator as the Mystical Moment, Tarot of the Mystical Moments. It's stunning. But when I got the tarot accidentally before I got this, and I'm like, oh man, I connected with it so well. I was so surprised. And then it's like, I have to get the Oracle now. Got the Oracle and it just kind of sat there, and I'm like, what's happening? But when I think of mushrooms, I think of card 40, Oh Sunny Day. It's a mushroom. She's sitting on a mushroom, and I'm like, that is beautiful. And it is a more positive card. I think we're on the last deck. So this is the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. and it's published by US Games also. And stunning deck. I mean, these are the backs. It is freaking beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful deck. Beautiful deck. Beautiful. And the card I immediately thought of when I thought of Mushroom from this deck was playfulness. And she's sitting on a mushroom. And I love it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. So, I thought of enough decks. Now, there's 2 Oracle here. Both are kind of a Victorian style deck. Or dreamy like deck. And I started thinking, why am I... He's gotten further up the thing. I think he's trying to be brave enough to jump. Or try to fly. But he's like scared. Because I'm sitting here probably. But he's just chirping away at me. It's cute. He's like, somebody come rescue me from this lady. Super cute. But it got me wondering, why am I obsessed with the mushrooms in these decks? Why, not why these decks, but why these cards? And then I'm like, well, what do these cards represent? So then I started looking at the card itself. Like, for example, let's go back to the first one. The Shadowscapes Tarot. It's almost like a connected dots of making a spread even of these cards. That something appealed to me in that card, which is the common theme is mushroom, and I forgot to look it up. And I'm going to do that right now. But I found I become obsessed with the mushrooms in these decks because they're so stunning. Okay, so from a spiritual standpoint, mushrooms generally are a symbol of prosperity, new chances, and personal growth. Hopefully you will focus on this spiritual meaning and see it as a sign of the need for hard work, determination, self-actualization, introspection, prosperity, and good luck. So then, I'm like, okay. So, then we have kind of a negative card here, the Moon. Kind of negative card here, the Four of Cups. And kind of a negative card here, the Five of Pentacles. And the Hermit is all about self-reflection and introspection, right? And then we have this one that has the Devil in it. So, if this is the negative, more negative aspect of the cards, these 3, wait, where's my Oracle card? Where's the other Oracle card? I missing the other Oracle card. Did I not leave it out? Did I drop it? What's happening? That's weird. I think I put it back. Yeah, I put it back. So we have 5 that are a more negative aspect, and then we have 4 that are a more positive spin on the mushroom itself. So then it got me thinking, the Five of Pentacles has been stalking me for probably a year and a half now. And I'm probably going to be doing all this later, but I wanted to get this video up and out now. But I'm going to be probably doing a little bit deeper dive on these specific cards to find out, you know, what the connection. They're all connected through being a mushroom. And I'm connected through my love of mushrooms, I guess, to these specific cards. And how and why can they affect me? So I think that's the whole point of this video, is to kind of like, if I'm making no sense, let me know. If I'm making perfect sense, let me know. It's making sense up here, but probably not coming out the way I want it to. I'm going to probably make this a one giant spread for these specific cards. Why are these all turned around? I don't know. For all these specific cards, and just dive a little bit deeper into the cards themselves. But while I got you, I'm going to read all of them, hopefully, before it gets dark. So what we're up first is the moon card, and I'm always been one to be partial to the moon. Everybody, when I started reading tarot, they're like, oh, the moon is not a good card because it's the shadow of things. It's all about hidden things and hidden meanings and things. And I'm like, but I love the moon. To me, the moon is that light in the dark that will still lead you back onto the path when you get off of it. And that's what I've always seen in the moon card. This one does kind of look to me a little bit darker, more shadowy, more I'm in this strange world and I don't know where I'm going. But the moon is so bright, it's got everything lit up. And it's just a field of mushrooms. And they look like they could be edible, so who knows. So I'm going to get the book back out of that here and read that. The moon card. By the way, the last time I did a video like this, facing you guys, I got 48 hours later, I was diagnosed with COVID, so there's that. That's why I haven't done any face videos in a while. I've been doing videos, just not facing you guys. So the moon card, and it's just a quick little blurb. The moon, fears and anxieties, believing illusions, experiencing distortion, chasing after fantasy dreams and visions, disorientation. The moon is the realm beyond the known and comfortable and predictable. Wow. So, see, I knew there was a reason why I was following the mushrooms. Because this specific moon card, I would have never looked at twice. It's not my coloration. It's not really, it's kind of dark. And it's almost like, because if you notice, she's got a face on, but she's got a mask in her hand. It's almost like she's staring at her own mask that she holds for the rest of the world. But what I find interesting here, it says fears and anxieties of believing illusions, experiencing distortion, chasing after fantasy dreams and visions, disorientation. The moon is the realm beyond the known and comfortable. So the moon is that thing beyond where you're most comfortable, the unknown. And it doesn't always have to be something bad. But I've noticed I'm all about comfort. I'm all about, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And maybe me following the mushrooms is telling me, maybe you should, because you love the moon so much, don't be so afraid of, I have a lot of fears as well. So that's a given in my life. So it's almost like it's saying, step out of your comfort zone, allow the moon to do its job, and uncover those fears for you, and move on to step beyond what makes you comfortable, step out of your comfort zone and kind of experience something new is what I'm getting out of that. That's pretty interesting. Look at the trees back there. It always makes it look so dark, but I love the moon. I love it. So that was the Shadowscapes Tarot. That's weird. So let's move on to, I don't know what order I showed these to you guys in, but we're going to go with all these ones first. So the next is the Tarot of the Witch's Garden. I have been reading the crap out of this book. I love it. It is the Four of Cups. Four of Cups is always, in their RWS, it's somebody pouting, not seeing the hand that's being held to them. And this is kind of similar here, where she's like pouting. It's not rain. Well, maybe it looks like streaks of rain. Maybe there was rain at some point, and she's just like, I can't get out of this. And then this one looks almost like she's drunk. It's like she drank all these, and now she's got another one going, here, buddy. And the other one's just pouting, like, I don't like the rain. I don't want to be here. And that's kind of what we experience with the Four of Cups, right? Like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to, I'm just going to pout like a child. So let's see what the Four of Cups says in here. I'm going to show you this because I didn't show the card in there. It's one of my favorite cards in here. It's the Three of Cups. Look how freaking stunning that is. And my favorite in the bottom is the three frogs getting drunk also. It's stunning. Stunning. Sorry about the noise. So, what I like about this is every card has tells you, it gives you a keyword for the card, and it's surprise. And then Moon and Cancer. And then it gives you a little poem, and then the stuff about actually there's a couple pages on the minors as well as the majors. So it says surprise, Moon and Cancer. Sadness, gloom, depression creep, and all you want to do is sleep. If darkness falls, peek around, for treasured gifts will soon be found. And I think that's odd that she said that it says if darkness falls, peek around. And the first card I just looked at was the Moon card, where the moon's not out unless it's dark. So that's another tie to the moon. A fairy shelters beneath a spongy mushroom cap. Her crossed arms and furrowed brow suggest a troubled mind and cranky attitude. Three cups sit before her. She cannot see her friend, who is about to surprise her with a fourth cup. The Four of Cups appears to mark gifts arriving when they are least expected. The Four of Cups reminds us that the nature of emotions is as fickle as spring weather. The nature of the card is grounded in emotional stability. It speaks to a strong disposition, yet no one feels happiness all the time. The ability to feel and process all emotions, including melancholic moods, is a sign of good mental health. Emotions are perpetually experienced in flux. The key is feeling emotions without identifying with them. The Four of Cups is a reminder of how fast we can move from one to the next. It also reminds us to always stay open to the unexpected. See, and again, there's a pattern where it's like that one said step out of your comfort zone and experience something new. And this one's like expect the unexpected. Keep your eyes peeled for something changing, something coming your way. The antidote to wallowing in self-pity is to look beyond the self. Introspection has its place. But you use your active awareness and personal curiosity to explore the outside world. Cultivate a sense of attention outside the self. Discover a landscape of wonder and let those you delight in lift your spirits. Upright, emotional indulgence, not seeing the forest for the trees. Situations changing in the blink of an eye, staying open to the unexpected. Hidden gifts are about to be revealed. And again, with the things hidden coming to light with the moon and this now. Remove personal blinders. Reverse, emotional blockage or unexpected outpouring. Seek help, take advice, and balance emotional issues. And what I love about this entire book is after every card, at the very bottom, it gives you to write the reversal. Ask yourself, how can I look beyond the current situation? I love that. That's for the Four of Cups. But all of them have that question at the very end, which I've been asking myself those questions. And I'm like, I'm either not liking the answer or I'm perplexed because I'm like, how did you know? But we should know. It's tarot. It should know. It knows. Right? So that was the Four of Cups. So I'm starting to see a pattern of hidden things coming to light. Or maybe even, oh, he just flew off. Awesome. He flew all the way across into the neighbor's yard. He's cute. Oh, there's a bunch of big robins out. So I think that's mom and dad right there. Because the other babies are across the street walking around. They're so cute. Anyway, back to the cards. So I just found it interesting that there's hidden things coming to light and all about introspection and changing your perspective. I find that interesting. So, next we have the Wheel of the Year. Five of Pentacles. Let's see what this book says. Somebody's barking somewhere. Now this is a low scare barrel, so there's not going to be a whole lot. Five of Pentacles. Yeah. Cold and fatigue, poverty, hardship, material concerns, misfortune, solitude, abandonment, lack of means, destitution. Sorry. And that does still tie to me with the, it kind of ties to me with the Four of Cups, where you're not seeing the forest for the trees. You're not seeing that there's more potential there than you're giving credit to. Open your eyes, maybe change your perspective. Again, changing your perspective. So I find that quite interesting. I'm putting these back as I go, because if it pops out with a rain shower, I don't want my cards to get wet. Next card, we have the Forest Creatures. This is the Hermit. Very self-explanatory. It's all about introspection. And of course, the nature. All of these cards have that nature vibe. And maybe that's more what I'm kind of drawn to in these cards, is the nature vibe of things, instead of the maybe it isn't just the mushroom, maybe it is more of a being in nature kind of situation. But I love this Hermit card. It's one of my favorites. Not my favorite, but it's very small keywords in here. We'll see if I can even read it. Prudence, circumspection, and also and especially treason, dissimulation, and corruption. I know that if you go into hermit mode too long, which I am guilty of, then it's kind of like you're getting stuck in a situation repeatedly, repeating this cycle over and over, because you're not learning anything while in hermit mode. You're more kind of like the Four of Cups, where you're pouting because you have to be in hermit mode, and then you're sitting there like, I'm not learning anything because I'm pouting. So that's what I'm seeing in that. But it's a stunning card. I would totally live in this deck. Totally. I did a video a while back on Candy, based on Candy Solid Soil's video, living in the tarot. This is one of the decks I chose because I would totally live there. I would live behind her somewhere in there. It's a stunning deck. But that's interesting. The word corruption just keeps bouncing around in my head. Like, you can corrupt yourself by staying in that hermit mode too long. Maybe not being able to move out of it. Interesting, because I'm totally guilty of that. Because again, if it ain't broke, I ain't gonna fix it. But sometimes it's broken, we don't realize it. And we have to move out of that comfort zone, just like the moon says. These are all tying together, believe it or not. It's weird. Then we have, from the Tarot of Mystical Moments, the Devil card. What could the devil possibly have to say to me in this deck? I forgot to leave the book out. The devil. And they're not very big little blurbs in here too. Or little blurbs, no pictures. Says the card of the devil shows a spider woman who lures you into her web. She's sitting on a red mushroom, a warning of danger and poison. The spider's look is alluring, and she is trying to tempt you by offering sweet cherries. She preys on your weakness and delusions. And again, this is almost like saying the moon card, because she's preying on your delusions, the things that are hidden, and your weaknesses. She has patiently weaved her spider web, which appears delicate but is actually unbreakable. If you are not careful, you can get trapped in the spider web of submission and indulgence. Upright meaning obsessions, traps, temptations, delusions. Again with the delusions. allure, corruption, again with the word corruption, enmeshment, indulgence, reverse meaning release, autonomy, healthy attitude, informed decision. That is just, it's fascinating how just the thought of, let me pull these cards because they're pretty, because I like the mushrooms in them, and they all seem to be tying together. That is fascinating, and that's why I'm doing this video, because I'm like, there's got to be, and I just thought about it over and over and over the last couple of days. I'm like, why am I thinking of these things? We're finding out now. So we have the Nine of Cups, and again, we got trees. We got the red mushroom cap, just like a couple other cards we've had. What did I do with the book? Oh my God, it's literally laying right here underneath the other cards. No, Nine of Cups. Let's see what he has to say. And I love that it's a little animated mushroom. He's so freaking cute. And the trees are all watching him dance behind him. Love it. Love it. We turned right to the cups. Nine of Cups, and just little blurbs in here too. Nine of Cups. Let's dance. Throw a party. You deserve to have some fun. Let your daydreams, and again we got dreams, daydreams. Let your daydreams become fruitful, and let yourself go. Take a good look at your feelings. Again with the feelings, and I remember, I think one of them said let go or something like that. I'll have to go back and look, but no. And let yourself go. Take a good look at your feelings and beliefs. Get to know them all. They're here to support you. And again, we've got feelings, beliefs, get to know yourself. And that's kind of like hearkening me back to the moon card again, where it's like, maybe not all things that are hidden are hidden. Maybe it's internalizing. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I do know what I'm trying to say, but I can't get it out. Maybe the moon card isn't about physical things. It's literally you getting to know who you are. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway. So. Which is wisdom. 10 of Earth, 10 of Pentacles. Got a book here. I've never read this book because I don't use this deck really. Because everything is backwards in it. So it freaks me out a little. I do like the paper stuff of the cards here. I'm going to read this one too because it's probably more, a little bit more than... that's funny because the Oracle cards are last. 10 of Earth, Wisdom. Which is funny. Wisdom is that card. Seize the golden thread leading into the magic forest, a strand in the web of mushrooms and mycelium. The conscious web of life. Lie upon the mossy ground and listen. Below the surface of soil and perception is a network of connection, alive and humming with messages. Again, messages. Just pulsing with the energy, nourishment, and healthy flowing from one being to another. Everything is joined in this interwoven mystery, this hidden world within the world. It seems strange and other yet familiar and ecstatic when you taste it on your tongue. Your DNA will recognize what your mind has forgotten. Wow! All beings are connected and depend on one another. The essence, conscious of creation, interconnection, communion, green wisdom, you are never alone, web of support. Counsel. You're called into deeper community and higher consciousness. I'm pretty sure consciousness is one of the words. Beyond your current understanding. And again, there's this finding what's hidden, finding that hidden meaning, finding, remembering who you are. The plant people are willing and wise teachers, and many are healers who will teach you about the medicine within the heart of every person. Commit to a path of beauty, harmony, and balance in body and soul. And again, that's taking care of you. Recognize, revere, and celebrate your connections with creation. Magic. Take a walk. Ask a plant to be your ally and teacher. To help you understand the greater consciousness of life, it may be a weed growing in a sidewalk crack or the largest tree in the park. Whatever it is, observe it, listen to it, research its biology, folklore, and medicine. Cultivate your relationship with it and honor its wisdom. And that's beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. I love that all these seem to be connected in one way or another. All these cards from different decks, and they're different cards. I found that interesting. And that, to me, this is the culmination of all of these cards. This card. Find that fascinating. Super fascinating. I don't know where the deck went. Here. And I wanted to let you know before it gets dark. This jacket I'm wearing, let me zip it up. My sister-in-law went to Salem, Massachusetts. I live in the Midwest. She went to Salem, Massachusetts and got me this jacket. Gosh, what's wrong with it? Oh my gosh. It says which city? Salem, Massachusetts. 1665. 1695. Or 1692. I can't read. But I love it. Love it. I love that I got something from Salem. As we were sitting here talking about all the witchy stuff. So 2 cards left, and it's still not quite dark yet. It's not even getting dark. Well, it is getting dark, but not that bad. The sun's still over there. But I wanted to show you guys this coat. And I was talking to her about, because a few weeks ago she called me almost crying, saying that she was seeing a Viking, and she was having visions of a Viking. And I was like, because my intuition kicked in, my psychic abilities, whatever, my claircognizance kicked in. And I'm like, I think you're talking about Leif Erikson. He was a Viking, I think. And I'm like, I think that was who that was. But the way she was describing, she said she would be cleaning, she cleans houses for a living. She would be cleaning a tub out, and all of a sudden this Viking would be coming at her. And she's like, what is happening to me? And I'm like, I don't know. And so the more we talked, the more I'm like, I feel like this was a past life. Like you were him in a past life. And she's like, it's odd because I went to Salem, this area, Salem and Rockport, which is a little island. And she said that she went there once before, and knew where the beaches were. She knew where to step on the rocks and not hurt herself. She knew where certain things were in the town, and she'd never been there before. It's like she had lived there, and she knew where all the stuff was. And she's like, that's weird, right? I'm like, not if you were him. And so later she had her husband look up Leif Erikson, and sure enough, he was famous because he was a Viking that settled in Salem, in Rockport area. And they have statues of him there, all kinds of stuff. And the picture they have of him, she said, oh my God, that's the guy I've been seeing, this Viking I've been seeing in visions. And she didn't believe in visions or none of this before all this. Well, she had already booked this trip to go to Salem. And I said, I think that could be why you're seeing this. So she goes there with a couple of family members. She goes to this witchy shop where she got this jacket. And she's talking to this lady about past lives, and could this possibly be a past life? And the lady's like, sure, it sure can be. She didn't say yes or no, but it was funny because when she walked in, the lady's like, I need to give you a reading right now, and gave all of them readings for free. And you just don't find that in a witchy type shop. They're not going to give you a reading for free. And she's like, I thought that was odd. So she gave her the reading, and then after that, they're talking about the past life and the Vikings she's been seeing. And she's like, I'm convinced it's Leif Erikson, but why am I seeing him? And she's like, it could very well be a past life. It could be he's trying to reach out because he knew you were coming here. And she's like, could be. And as they're talking, they hear a loud crash from across the room. Nobody else is in the store. She walks over to the shelf where she heard the crash, and there on the floor was an oracle deck. And she picks it up, and it's the Viking Oracle. And I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. Even the lady in the shop was like, I've never had that happen. So they're now all convinced that she was Leif Erikson in a past life. And she's super connected to the deck. She doesn't have any tarot oracle, none of that. But that oracle deck, she's like, it's like I've owned it before. It's like I know all these people in here. And I'm like, that's great. So it's just a very weird, I wanted to share that with you guys before I finish these two. So with this Oracle deck, we have number 40, Oh Sunny Day. And that is the Oracle Mystical Moments. And I just had the freaking book, and now it's nowhere, it's in the box. Oracle Mystical Moments. Hold on. Gotta find it, number 40. Number 40. Oh, sunny day. New beginnings, luck, optimism. And again, we got the luck and new beginnings. A woman with a dainty umbrella sits on a red mushroom. And they're all red, right? Everything we've seen in here has been red mushrooms. Weird also. Sits on a red mushroom and watches the sunrise over the horizon. How nice it is to welcome a new day. Especially with 3 little talismans of good luck. The ladybug. Which is also red. Isn't she? Yeah, there's 2 of them. Red ones on the stem. Embrace new beginnings. Let us forget yesterday's worries and regret. And again, there's about worry and fears and stuff. Interesting. Don't allow the past to linger into today. And again, we got this, don't be in hermit mode too long. All the moments in this day are brand new, never seen before or since. You have the power to make good things happen. You can make today your lucky day. Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Maybe I should keep this out and work with it more. Give it more of a chance. Because I'm seeing they're all interconnected, I swear. It's crazy. And then, of course, the last one, we have the Vintage Wisdom Oracle here. Which is just a gorgeous, gorgeous deck. I use this deck a lot for past lives also. Believe it or not. It's fantastic for that. But, what? And it doesn't give me a number. It just gives them in, I think they're in alphabetical order. Patience, peace. Yes, playfulness. Depicted here is a diva sitting gracefully on a fly agaric mushroom. Again, it's red. This is a lighthearted moment, and we are not expected to take her too seriously. Her carefree countenance reminds us of the joy of being alive and living contently in the moment. She has emerged resplendently from her chrysalis into the warm light of day with a pair of multicolored flutter-by wings and a broad smile. The woes of the world can wait for a while as she reveals in a renewed perspective of her world through the eyes of playfulness. So it's almost like, it's exactly how I read these in the order I've read them. It's like you're starting off in this dark, dank place with the moon, and you're ending up emerging this new butterfly. You went through the Hermit, you went through all these 4 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles, you went through all these things, and now you're coming out the victor. You made it through all of those things, and now you emerged this new, brand new you with the butterfly wings. Crazy, right? Am I making weird connections here? Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? This is nuts, right? Comment below if you think this is weird. George Bernard Shaw says, we don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing. That is so true. When I stopped going out and having fun and doing things, I started having weight issues. I started having health issues. No joke. The responsibilities and rigors of age can thwart our ability to live in the moment. Shameless surrender to the active playfulness can sometimes be perceived as immaturity in the face of life's, oh my God, there's a whole other paragraph, harsh challenges. But the essence of playfulness beckons, oh my gosh, us to remember that we are also players in the game of life. And from this perspective, again, that word keeps coming up, we remain in the world, but not of it. While thought and logic are intrinsic servants on our path to ascension, they are poor masters. The balanced integration of body, mind, and spirit brings about a holistic perspective in which there is a vital, healthful place for exploring your unique creative potential through the innocence of playfulness. By drawing this card, the higher power inspires you to seek answers by experimenting with this gift and the many benefits it bestows in daily life. Relinquish the need to control outcomes and embrace the spontaneous nature of this divine attribute. Expect a profound level of release while making way. Again, we got the word release. Expect a profound level of release while making way for a clear flow of intuition and inspiration. And again, we got the intuition. It's all connected. That's crazy. Okay, so this was an experiment that I am fully like, yes, it worked. Because I was like obsessed with these specific, when I think of the word mushroom in a deck, I immediately thought of these decks. And I'm like, why though? Why these specific cards? I know that most of them are because of the coloration and how beautiful the card is. But I'm like, why am I so obsessed with the mushrooms and these specific? Now we know. And I just read them in such an order that it's almost like it is a spread in into itself. It's crazy. So that's all I got. If you guys want me to do this again with something else, I already have something else in mind. Not as many decks though. But when you think of a specific thing in a card, kind of like the mushroom, like comment below if you guys wind up doing this. If you do, like if you think of the word mushroom, what mushroom comes to mind in a deck? And just think of randomly what decks do you have that a mushroom is in that you immediately think of. Look at those cards and see if they come in a spread, if they look like a spread, if any of those cards pertain to you. And I can tell you now, half of these cards I pull all the time. Like they're my stalker cards forever. The Hermit card I resonate with because I'm a Hermit, and a Virgo. So Virgo is Hermit. So that's all I got. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below, especially if you do this video or if you want me to do more videos like this. I find that very fascinating that I thought about these decks and then I'm like, what do they have connection together? And then you see there is a connection there to those, and they're all different cards and all different decks. And I just found that fascinating that I may start doing random spreads like this with different decks, with different, and it's not based on anything other than a specific object or thing in the card. I just find it fascinating that you can have that. I don't even know if that's a type of divination, or if it is, what the name of it would be, because I feel like it would be, but I don't know what the name would be. Anyway, if you know, let me know in the comments below. And now there's a giant red bird. I mean, he's huge. His face is like puffed out, really. He's huge. He's beautiful dark red. I think it's the darker the red, that it's a male, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, he's beautiful. There's all kinds of birds. There's bunnies over there. It's crazy. I don't ever sit out in my yard anymore. Now I know I should be. But anyways, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And y'all have a good night. Bye.